Good morning and welcome to the explanation video of how to set up ATAS with us. Let's just start from the beginning. The moment that you have purchased ATAS, you really want to look into all these indicators and how to connect it as well with the real data. Because right now you're going to work with the futures charts and you're going to need the real data as well. And there are several options that you can do for using real data. You can either use a prop firm like TopStep or Apex and purchase a challenge where you can get the real data for free as well. It's a subscription for every month, so that is one of the options that you're having. Another option is like DXFeed, a common server where you can get the real data from as well. Also monthly subscription. If you want to connect these real data servers, go to connections at the top and add your connection. You can either have, for instance, Taipan, DXFeed, or the one through your prop firm. Once you have connected that, you're going to get the access to all the charts that has been provided by this real data server. So let's start with the basic. You're going to start with a blank chart. You're going to see this default chart from your real data server. So right now, you see that the colors are in red and green. These are all changeable in any color you want. But let's go from the top and go further into the program. So at the top, you have all these kinds of buttons. First one is chart, obviously. You can change into your chart into S&P, Nasdaq, crude oil, gold, or Euro USD, but also other instruments. Maybe you like to trade more into the Forex pairs, or like metal, like stocks, indices, crypto, anything you want, as long as it is provided by your real data server. You can also have like a little watch list. For me, it's already selected on these 5. I like to watch these pairs and especially like S&P, Nasdaq, and gold. Other buttons that are also very important for us is the replay mode, where you want to do more backtesting for yourself. You can connect the replay, select the chart, and change the time where you want to have your chart replayed from. Just press play and your chart will do the replay. Now let's put that off. And another button that is also interesting for us are the alerts. Definitely when you're working with alerts on certain key levels or maybe zones, you can connect it then with your Telegram, where you'll get instantly like notifications when price is close to a key level or a zone that you have marked up. Now let's dive into more the specifics of your chart. So right now it's on S&P, but let's change that into gold. Just press OK and it will give you the gold chart. Right now it's on the M5, but you can change that into any option you want. You want to have minutes, you want to have seconds. There's also now with the futures options to put that in tick or any other thing you want. Now let's put that on the M15. You can see then that you're having quite the data. But it stops right there at the 9th of March. So you're having data for like roughly 2 weeks. If you want to have more data, go back to that time frame, put the auto off, select period, and change that into the period you want. Let's say you want to have that to the beginning of this year, January 1st, apply. And the chart will load and give you the data all the way up to the 1st of January. If you want to have less information, the information that ATAS is already giving you automatically, just press auto again and apply. And then you'll see the information from the last 2 weeks. Now, this button is meant for your chart, how the layout is. Do you want to have it in candles? Do you want to have it in a line chart? Do you want to have it in clusters? You'll see more than on the footprint. When you press this button, you see that there are many things that you can draw on the chart, like trend line, horizontal line, shapes, anything you want. So a trend line, click on the chart, and just drag it to where you want it. You can hold your shift button to make the line straight. If you release the shift button, you see that you can make more like a trend line whenever you want. And just click again and your trend line has been drawn. You can also do a horizontal line. Click on the chart and you got the horizontal line. You can draw all kinds of shapes. Normally I just use them here from the side. Maybe you want to have like a rectangle. Or maybe you want to have like a long and short position. So you have all these options also here on the left side. Now if you want to change these things one by one, let's say you want to change your trend line, right click on it and go to settings. You can change everything here you want. You want maybe a different color, you want to have it solid, you want to have an alert on there like I mentioned in the system, or you can draw it like behind the chart. Just press OK and your trend line is changed. You can also save it as a template. This may be easier for having these trend lines like ready and mark up your chart even quicker. So let's say I want to have this into a POC level, which I've already saved before, and instantly I'm having a POC level, which I can mark up later on with the market profile. So every little thing that you want to have on the chart, you can change that in the settings wherever you want. Now the indicators is of course one of the main things that you want to know about. ATAS has all kinds of indicators, of course, and they're already in the program. So let's say you want to have your market profile. Type in market profile and you find the first one, market profile and TPO. Before you press OK, make sure you always click on the add button and then you have it on the chart. If you don't do that, it's not going to be on the chart. If you want to have it removed, press the delete. So let's select that again, let's press that on add and you have the market profile on your chart. You can change the profile, of course, in other options. Let's stick to the profile. You can also change it into the period of your profile. Maybe you want to have an hourly, maybe you want to have a weekly, or even a monthly. Let's stick to the daily. Now you can also change the colors. Maybe you want to have it in green. Anything you want, you can change it all here. Visualization mode, solid, you can also change that into bars or border. Now the maximum level, of course, the volume POC or the POC level, you want to have that on your chart. Maybe you want to have that in a different color, like red. Like I prefer them into red, for instance. You can also have your value area highs and lows on the chart. If you don't prefer that, click on the drawing mode and press none. You can also have your TPO, your periods, POC. As you can see, there are really a lot of options here to have the information on your chart. You also see here in the corners like the amount of contracts that has been traded on that day. If you want to have that removed, click here on the label location and click on hide. Then it's no longer visible. That's how I prefer to have it anyway. And press OK. So right now you have your market profile on the chart. Now let's remove these drawings because they are now irrelevant. Just right click, press delete. Right click and delete. And there you go. I'm having a POC marked up as well. Now you might see that the market profile is in front of the candles. I do not want to have that. Let's go back to indicators, market profile, and deselect draw above price. Now you see that the market profile is behind the chart and not in front of it. So right now we have the market profile on the chart. but there are still many more indicators that we want to have on here as well. For instance, like the volume and the delta at the bottom of your chart. Now let's go back to indicators and press volume. And you see already here in the tab of volume and order flow that you can add the volume as well. So press again add, and you got the volume here at the bottom. You can change the colors of this one as well. So I'm just going to put those in white so I can see more clearly where the most volume was at that moment. Like right here that you see the price was dropping a lot and the volume increase happened as well during US session. The next one I want to add is the delta. So again, indicators, press delta, and you see already the word. We press add again, and you got the delta bars at the bottom. Now ATAS is giving you like a lot of options how to have it more visualized on the chart. So right now I'm giving here the volume and the delta indicator, but there is also another indicator that maybe you prefer more on the chart, and it's called cluster statistic. You can add this one on the chart, and you see like a different information and maybe more visualized as well. You can select anything you want in that indicator. Maybe you want to have only the volume, maybe you want to have the delta change. You can also change the colors here as well, how they show you the ask and the bid. Next to that, you can also have alerts on it when there is an increase of volume or there was a delta change. There is a lot of possible here on this program, and that's why I'm giving you all this information. There's so many options that you can add on the chart. I'm just gonna remove it because you guys know my layout. And I prefer it definitely in this way, where I can see instantly like a volume increase and a delta shift here at the bottom. As mentioned multiple times in the Discord server, ATAS is not giving you only the chart. It's also giving you the footprint. And there are some ways to zoom in on this footprint. And one of them is actually a funny one. I mean, it's quite helpful. But here at the top left from the indicators, you got a magnifying glass. If you press on it and you go over the chart, you actually see the footprint as well. There are of course more ways to have this footprint on your chart. It's actually by simple zooming in. So if I zoom in on this consolidation here on gold, I want to know of course what's in this footprint. And right now I'm having these settings here, but let's zoom in more about how you can change the settings of your chart and your background. So we go here to the right where you're having the settings button. And these chart settings are like the main settings of the background of your chart. If you want to have a divider, day divider, if you want to have a grid, yes or no, and how the candles are looking as well. So maybe you want to have it in a different color. So I got now a bullish white candle and a bearish gray candle. So many options here to select. The other one is the cluster settings. And the cluster settings is meant for your footprint. So right now it's on the bid and ask. But for instance, Ria, she is using the delta way. I'm selecting it back on the bid and ask, where we can also change the colors of the bid and ask color as well. So the bid, we're going to keep that on red, and the ask, I'm going to put that on the green. So you see already that it's instantly changed here on your footprint. You see more levels where there was more ask and where there was more bidding as well. You can have a different view as well. Do you want to have the whole candle here on the side? Do you want just the body? Or maybe like not visible? Those are really details, maybe more like a personal preference, but I'm just showing you again like the main ones. Let's go back to visual settings and change that background, because maybe you don't prefer blue, maybe you prefer a different background. Let's say you want more into a dark mode and you don't want to have a grid. Now you press on horizontal off and vertical off. And now you don't see the grid anymore. Let's zoom out a bit and then you can see already like what kind of chart it's becoming already. Now it's like the same as in TradingView. You have the indicators here already at the top. Let's say you don't want to have your market profile on just for a little bit. Press on the eye and it's not visible anymore. Just press it again and it's back on your chart. Along the way you see like, okay, I want to change a few things. Always go back to the indicators and press on the indicator that you want to change. For instance, your market profile, you want to have like a smaller grid. Maybe it's too big, maybe you want to have it a little bit different. You can put it also on automatic proportion. You can also do like a custom proportion. As mentioned, you can change literally everything in this program. I'm just gonna put it on auto. Just press OK and it's becoming more and more how you want it on the chart. Now let's add another indicator that I also prefer to have on the chart. And that is, we call it the depot, but in ATAS you call it dynamic levels. Again, we press add and you see already that it's a little bit more than just a line. You have volume information, you have a certain channel. Let's remove a few things that makes it a bit more simple on the chart. So I'm just going to remove the volume. So you already see the numbers are removed. And regarding the drawing, I'm going to keep it on this orange line. It's nice. And I'm going to remove this value area. I don't want that. So first area, visual type, I want to hide this one. And the second area, I want to hide that one as well. Just press OK. And right now, we are definitely getting there. We're having our volume, delta, market profile, our dynamic level. And you can put that off if you want. Or put it back on if you want to have like a quick way to mark it up. Let's say I want to mark this volume spike right here. Go to the trend line on the left, click on it, press your shift button and release it again. Now right now it's on the settings of the POC. Right click, templates and go to volume spike. That's how I've saved it already. And I put these off. Now you see it's marked and it's all set up for when price is reaching that level. Now the last indicator that I want to show on this one as well, it's also in a separate video, but it's the zero imbalance. And I really prefer those on the chart. So a developer has made it for us to have that visible on the chart. So go to indicators and type in zero imbalance. Click on add, and these are like the well-known dots on the chart. So price selection is meant for on your footprint. I'm just going to put that on rectangle already. So when I zoom in, you'll see that on the chart. And the mark type is meant for on your chart. So now it's on only price. I want to have that little ellipse on the chart. Now it looks kind of big, so I'm just going to change that into a smaller version. Now the minimum strike, you know I'm trading it with the minimum 0.15 and bigger. You can also change that into a 0.10, 0.50, whatever you prefer and that is matching your strategy. Right now I'm just going to put that on 50. And I'm going to do the same thing for the bid side. Okay. You can also have an alert that there is an imbalance forming. You can select that and then you're getting the alert the moment that's the candle closed. So right now the chart is on the 15 minute. So after 15 minutes, when the candle is closed, you're gonna get that alert that there was an imbalance in that candle. You can also have that when it's forming directly in the candle. Right now, I'm just gonna put that off. Yeah, it's becoming like really a nice chart. Like right here, we have the VPOC on gold. Clicking on it, dragging it all the way here, right click, putting up POC, and there you go. Another tip for you, some people really prefer to have like a timer on the chart to know when exactly the candle is closed. That's also an indicator. Go to indicators and type in bar timer. Select it and press add. Right now it's at the bottom right. You can also have that in the top left, it's maybe not really the best spot, or top right, or any other location. And you can also change like how big you want to have this, in which color you want it, and just press OK. So right now we got the volume, we got the delta, we got a little change of the background as well, we got the market profile, we got the dynamic levels, we have the zero imbalances, we have the candle close timer, and we have, of course, our footprint on the chart in the bid and ask way. And as you can see, the imbalances have been highlighted. So when you zoom out, you have the ellipses on the candle, and when you zoom in, you have them in your footprint. Now, once you have set up your whole chart with the indicators, the settings exactly how you want to have it, save this template. So you can load that on every chart you want, whether that is the NASDAQ, S&P, gold, Forex. Save the template. So right click on your chart, go to templates, settings, and save this as a new template. Let's say you want to open a new chart and you're having the default again. Do right click, go to templates, and press on your own template. Maybe you'll have this little indicator on the right. Just right click on there and delete, and you'll see instantly that you're having your template on the chart. It will save you a lot of time, trust me. This might have been like a lot of information in just half an hour. So please use the Discord server to ask anything you want to know about the program, about how to work with it, how to use it. Yeah, just let us know how we can help you more. I know it's quite an investment, but for me it was definitely worth it to have way less stress on the chart and have everything working 100%. So guys, let me know if you got questions and if this video was helpful, and I'll see you all in the server.